And here we go from Chicago. From his own end zone, here we go. And this drive will start inside the 25. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Williams starting with a pass here. That's complete. Cole Kmet. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, Williams. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down, here's Swift. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Let's go.
Toss play, Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
What was supposed to move the chains, or at least make third down easier to handle instead? Well, did the exact opposite here, Kate. It now makes this third down a whole lot trickier to figure out.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Come on, set, go.
Out of the pistol, Williams. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance. Timeout Chicago. It uses its 2nd. And after burning a couple early, they're down to 1 to work with now. On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. No return on that punt. And the Browns will go on offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Go set. Come on.
Quick to the air. Here's Watson. And his game will begin with an incomplete pass. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So it's 2nd down coming up. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. And they just did.
Back to the air, Watson. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. So the defense... Applying the penalty. The Bears bringing out an extra defensive back or two. Third down coming up. Throwing is Watson. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth.
This is it. Four. 24.
Sticking to the air with Watson. Finds him over the middle. That'll be the first and more. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. What a time to rip off that type of gain, huh? Gets him the first on fourth down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
First and 10. Here's Watson. That's complete, David Njoku. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They just keep working it forward early. We've got first and 10 now from the 35. So through one, this game, more for you defensive maestros out there. Couple of zeros. We're ready now for the second quarter. Browns in control of it. They're looking at yet another first and 10 on this drive. Play action, it's Watson. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Now the first carry for Nick Chubb. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over them.
You're set. 54.
Watson with third and long. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of fourth down.
Awareness. That's what I call it, okay? Awareness. You got to have a game awareness and understand the situation. Third and long, you should never take a sack. Put the ball in play or throw it away, but don't take a sack in that situation.
Fourth down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That one in the books is a 48-yard punt. And the Bears are going to take over deep in their own territory. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Go!
Man in motion here.
Trap 60, trap 60.
1st down, Williams. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Greg Newsome has it. And the Browns have a great opportunity to put up some points here as they take over at the 25.
At the 25-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Set. At 55, 54. Down and go.
Here's Chubb up the middle. And he'll go down here at the 16. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. It's the Browns in a nice spot, 2nd and inches.
Set. Down, he's coming.
From the 16. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. The Browns take the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down.
This is it. Hey, 24. Down and go.
Out of the gun, here's Watson. Has him on the quick hitter. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
24.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Can't get the play off in time, and I'm going to wager the call's going to come in much quicker, Brock, for this next snap.
This is it.
They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that 1st down flag.
Hey, alert, alert.
Working from the gun, Watson. He completes it in traffic. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You get into the red zone and every detail matters. It matters on the whole 100 yards. But, Kate, once you get inside this red zone, it is so critical. And let's tip our cap to the defense on the details, creating that sack.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. That's a Cleveland touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Hopkins knocks the extra point through. And they add 1 on to their first touchdown of the contest. Hopkins has it on the tee and is ready to send it flying. From a couple yards deep, this is going to come out. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here.
Let's go now. Let's stay 19. 19 Lions. Ready?
He's back to throw. He's on the move. Now he throws deep across the field, left side. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
That's a throw that's got to go somewhere else. Double coverage waiting for it. They were thinking interception for a second, and incompletion is still pretty good, too.
Here comes the final play of our first half.
19 Tigers. Tag. 60 Mavericks. 60 Mavericks. 18 Pioneer.
One final shot before halftime. Chased out to his right. And that was just a little bit too low to be brought in. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Chubb. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
Well, I'll steal a line from one of my buddies, but I'm going to quote him. Mark Schlereth, 2-time Super Bowl winner, says if you want to run the ball, you got to keep running the ball. And that's a perfect example of it. Don't get tired. Don't get mad at gaining 4 yards. It's a run that can set up even more in the run game.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Staying on the ground here with Chubb. And looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds.
You know, that's a good run right there. Keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
On 3rd down, they'll go with Chubb. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's after plays like these, Kate, I love to study the body language. What is that offense doing after getting stuffed inside on a run like that? And more importantly, how much does it energize that defense?
Offense looking confident, but they need 4 here on 4th down.
Hey, 31!
He'll throw it. incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen at one of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
Oh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Williams throwing again here on second down. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's third down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
Buffalo 18. Panther 11. Ready.
Third down. Here's Williams. Complete beyond the marker. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears start the second half with some needed points. It's a Keenan Allen touchdown. Bears offense, look at this. They haven't moved. They're going for two.
Here we go.
Sticking in the air, it's Williams. And this is caught. And that bid for the lead works out. They're now up 8-7. Well, that right there really changes the complexion of this game. They take the lead on the conversion rather than playing for the tie.
You could just see my head up here in this booth, right? It's just shaking. I mean, the old-timers are looking at some of these decisions the new school guys are making and just wondering aloud, what are you thinking? Well, what they're thinking is what some of the data is telling them to do. And what I love, Kate, it now really puts the pressure on that other side to respond.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
We're set.
And out to Chubb to start the drive. And this defense offering no room at all up the gut there. No gain. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
From the gun, Watson. Oh, tried forcing it to the slants. It's intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson has it. And he makes the Hets go. It's a touchdown on the pick six. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice...
Away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick down, and they want a moment they won't forget.
Check smash. Go.
Keeping it on to shut down that two-point attempt. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. To return, Jerome Ford. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Watson back to the air after that pick. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Second down, Watson throwing again. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. One alligator, two alligator, three alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Tight end going in motion here. They're going to throw it on third and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. Fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Looking to throw. And they got home. Sacked him on fourth down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Well, this play never had a chance between the pressure at home and the coverage downfield. QB still got to find a way to throw it up and give somebody an opportunity to make a play.
Running behind center with Swift. Juke the defender. And he takes this one in for a Chicago touchdown. The Bears lengthen the lead at the end of the third. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. Well, Brock, you found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
And no, he can't reach the end zone again. Got them the touchdown, but cannot add on another 2. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Has this at the 6. This return makes it up to the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Watson now off play action. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Watson working in the pistol. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well, no look on his first look of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Throw on 3rd down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. And that boot will instead be what starts our fourth quarter. We've reached the... Fourth and forever coming up.
Set. Hey, give me that.
They're going for it. Here's Watson. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on fourth down as they force the turnover.
I think every analytics book out there, Kate said, you got to go for it. You're in 4-down territory, down a couple scores here in the fourth. But now it's all about the defense. Can the defense come with a quick turnover or a stop to somehow, some way, spark a comeback?
First and goal, Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Working from the gun, Williams. The shot to the end zone is incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. So they'll be left with third and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock. Even if it would have been a touchdown, that was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job of breaking that pass up with contact.
Third and goal, it's Williams. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Grant Delpit in to pick it off. And the Browns have some new life in the fourth.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Browns, nice field position here as they start out first and 10. Here's Watson to the air. He'll get this to Tillman. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Watson on first and 10. Forced out to his right. Throwing this back in the end, and that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Jalen Johnson with the pick. And the Bears get a great return up close to their own 30 before they're able to drag him down.
I know exactly what the quarterback was envisioning when he let that one go. Touchdown, baby. Not long after, I know exactly what he was thinking. Oh, no! Give me that one back, because the coverage baited him perfectly into that throw, and even more so, picked it off.
Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Here's Swift to start the drive. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
They managed 22 on the rip and a first down. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Bears in a good spot, up by 13. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Check. Let's go now.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the first down.
60 Bobcat. Tracking 60.
Oh, look at at this. He's setting up to throw. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Juan Thornhill takes it away.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, well, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
Here's Watson, 1st and 10. That's to his back, Nick Chubb. Pushing it up past the 30. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that gives the Browns a first.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on the screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
Man in motion, out of the slot. First and 10. Here's Watson. He's got time here. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Back to the air, Watson. And this one falls incomplete. Still 17 seconds left to play.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. So the Bears come away with the win. And it's not quite a full game shutout, Brock, but keeping that other side off the board in the second half, that sure went a long way towards securing them this win. Made things a lot